If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles.
Hi, as some of you may know, I'm Swedish. My name is Malin, and I have hitherto posted my own poetry on this channel. Since I'm also very interested in song lyrics, I have for some time planned to discuss also lyrics. In many ways, lyrics are the most lively and interesting type of poetry today. As a history buff and text maniac, it is perhaps no surprise that I love Sabaton. So let's give it a go with Sabaton's The Art of War, that the band are themselves celebrate a bit extra this month due to their 25-year anniversary. I make this post in English because the lyrics are in English, and also I have read an English edition of the book. And also some non-Swedish speaking Sabaton fans might want to understand what I'm saying. I will sound like a Muppet, Swedes do. This is Sabaton's first concept album, and in many ways you can see the ideas of Joakim Bodén and Per Sundström visible all the way from Primo Victoria, but still a bit blurry and fragmentary, coming together in this masterpiece of an album. To take on the task of putting together text and music to fit the book of Sun Tzu's classical work says a lot about Sabaton. They are nothing if not daring. If I hope to add something to this masterful book and wonderful album, it is only my own reflections when reading the book alongside with listening to the album. For more insightful comments from the guys who actually made the album, I recommend that you go watch the listening party for The Art of War on Sabaton's YouTube channel. All the links will of course be available in the description to this video. For this reading, I used this wonderful illustrated edition, which also has comments all the way with references to different interpretations of Sun Tzu's text. There are a lot of different editions, and you can also find this text for free download on the internet.
Sun Tzu said, "The art of war is of vital importance to the state. It is a matter of life and death, a road either to safety or to ruin."
The spoken part set this album apart, and I think it's a bold choice. It could easily have been too much Sun Tzu, but instead they give structure and storyline and add just the right extra taste to the songs. The spoken parts are taken directly from Sun Tzu, so if it's your first reading of the book, it's fun to look for them throughout the text. No Sabaton fan can have missed Ghost Division, the opening song of so many shows throughout the years. Sun Tzu states that there is no instance of a country having benefited from prolonged warfare. Erwin Rommel, leader of Nazi Germany's 7th Panzer Division, couldn't have agreed more. The troops he led got their nickname from moving so fast that even their own command couldn't follow. In Sabaton's words, pushing the front line forth with a tremendous force, far ahead, breaks resistance.
If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself.
The album title track presents the idea of Sun Tzu's work in distilled form, especially the goal to win without actually fighting. Sun Tzu's discussion of a strategy offers a lot of insights that are useful also outside of the battlefield, and the book is used in, for example, business schools around the world today. Maybe the master strategist behind the monster machine that is Sabaton also took some hints from it.
Holding up baits, he keeps him on march. Then, with a body of picked men, he lies in wait for him.
Sun Tzu has a lot to say about always keeping the enemy unbalanced while securing your own positions. In Unbreakable, Sabaton describes the classic tactics of laying traps for the enemy. They'll never know, we give no warning. There is a dark and haunting quality to this song that fits very well with the lyrics, that is the reasoning of a seasoned fighter which runs throughout the lyrics all the way.
Water shapes its course according to the nature of the ground over which it flows.
The natural formation of a country is the soldier's best friend, states Sun Tzu, and Sabaton mused on the ability of water to change its course according to the nature of a terrain. I'd like to take the opportunity to comment on the form, the terrain, if you like, of the album. Sabaton skillfully uses the form of Sun Tzu's text in The Art of War to give structure and storyline to the album, but without following the text too closely. Thus, the structure makes the songs flow beautifully from beginning to end, much like skillfully deployed troops uses the terrain to their own benefit. I always advocate for album listening because I think it adds a lot to the listening experience. But in the case of this album, it's a must, or else you miss half the fun. Sun Tzu would quite surely have shook his head at the attacks by the allies at Gallipoli. The wise general should know when to fight and when not to, which Sun Tzu repeats many times, for example in the chapter Attack by Stratagem. By not adhering to facts, but rather to wishful thinking, the British command underestimated the Ottoman Empire and sent thousands of soldiers to their deaths without achieving very much at all. The campaign showed a lot of the things Sun Tzu despised in his teachings. There was just one plan, and it depended on the enemy being weak. The British didn't gather enough information, and they didn't adhere to circumstances. The Sabaton lyrics, "How many wasted lives, how many dreams did fade away," captures the desperation in such an ill-prepared attack. In the chapter Variation in Tactics, Sun Tzu focuses on the need to always surprise the enemy by changing tactics, but also on the need to form your tactics according to resources. Skillful tactics were used by Finnish troops in the Winter War to hold off a much stronger Soviet force, described by Sabaton thus in the song Talvisota. Split them into small divisions, rid them of their conquest visions. Multi-tactics used with great result.
Throw your soldiers into positions whence there is no escape, and they will prefer death to flight.
Sabaton often sings about the madness of war, and in The Price of a Mile, they really grind home that horrible question. How many must die to achieve the glorious goal of the leaders? Is there a fair price? It's easy to say just no, But neither Sabaton nor Sun Tzu offer that easy solution. Sometimes war is necessary. Sometimes some will have to die to secure peace or freedom for others. But very often there is no fairness, and all the deaths in the muddy trenches might not be for some greater glory. In this song, Sabaton reminds us that for all the glittering, smart tactics and masterful strategy to be admired in Sun Tzu's and others' work, there are still real humans dying in every war, and the glory may seem very distant when you watch the war from the battlefield. Sun Tzu says, "It is only one who is thoroughly acquainted with the evils of war that can thoroughly understand the profitable way of carrying it on." With Sabaton, there is always more to say and learn, so if you have not read Sun Tzu, go and do so, and listen to the album alongside it. I would love to read others' input, so feel free to share your experiences. Another good way to learn more is, of course, to watch the Sabaton history episodes about the songs from this album, which you will find collected in a playlist on the Sabaton YouTube channel. Knowledge makes light burden, and the wisdom of Sun Tzu concludes that if you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle.
Sun Tzu said, "The art of war is of vital importance to the state. It is a matter of life and death.